Where is Mykhailo Mudryk? No, seriously. Where is he? Because this was supposed to be Chelsea's next Eden Hazard. £88 million for a winger with lightning pace and explosive potential. And now, he's facing a potential 4-year ban from football. A failed drug test, an official charge from the FA, his career hanging by a thread. Let's rewind the story. Mudryk wasn't always a wonder kid destined for stardom like many others. Born in the Ukrainian town of Krasnohrad, he began his journey with Metalist Kharkiv before moving into the youth setup at Shakhtar Donetsk. But even at Shakhtar, it wasn't smooth sailing. He was loaned out to 2 different clubs and struggled to impress. At one point, his coaches even questioned whether he had the right attitude to succeed. But in 2021, everything changed. Mudryk returned to Shakhtar's first team and started to explode. He combined raw pace with surprisingly intelligent decision-making. And then came Europe. In the Champions League, he started attracting serious attention. That performance against Real Madrid. Different gravy. Fast, fearless, full of flair. When he was subbed off late in the match at the Santiago Bernabeu, he received something few away players ever get. A standing ovation from Real Madrid fans. It was one of those moments that felt like the beginning of something special. By late 2022, every top club in Europe had heard the name Mykhailo Mudryk. Arsenal were the frontrunners of the race. He followed Arsenal players on Instagram, posted Arsenal fan art on his stories and Arsenal clips and results, publicly showing his desire to join the club. Everything pointed to North London. But the 2-time winners of the Champions League had other ideas. In a dramatic twist, Chelsea hijacked the deal in just 24 hours. They flew directly to Shakhtar's training camp in Turkey and offered more money, both in terms of transfer fee and salary. £88.5 million later, Mudryk was holding up a Chelsea shirt. The footballing world was stunned. He hadn't even played a full season of senior football, and yet he was now one of the most expensive signings in Premier League history. Mudryk made his debut at Anfield. Chelsea versus Liverpool. A huge stage. And when he got substituted on the pitch, he looked electric. Dribbled past defenders, beat his man, drew fouls, almost scoring after showing some quick feet. The fans were excited, even though he didn't score or assist. There were flashes, but no end product. And that would become a recurring theme. In his first 7 games for Chelsea, he registered 0 goals and 0 assists. People started asking, was he ready for this level? Had Chelsea bought him too soon? Despite the slow start, the raw talent never vanished. He scored his first Chelsea goal in a 2-0 win over Fulham. He followed that up with a clever finish against Brighton. But it was the goal against Newcastle that made people sit up. A brilliant solo effort. Effortless change of pace. Quick feet, bottom corner. It reminded fans why he was so highly rated in the first place and ignited Chelsea fans' belief in him. But still, he wasn't entirely consistent. For every good performance, there were 3 forgettable ones. He drifted in and out of games. In a Chelsea side full of young signings, he didn't stand out as the one. From the moment he signed, the comparisons were inevitable. Pace, dribbling, flair. He reminded fans of a young Eden Hazard from the debut against Liverpool. Every misplaced pass, every heavy touch was amplified due to his price tag. He was playing under the weight of an £88 million fee. And that comparison to Hazard quickly started to feel like pressure, rather than praise. In early 2024, Mudryk made headlines for all the wrong reasons. He posted a TikTok video mocking a man at the gym. It was immature and it drew heavy criticism, even leading to the Joey Swole getting involved. Fans and pundits began to question his professionalism. Was the fame getting to his head? Was his attitude right? Was he focused enough to thrive in England? The pressure the media, the expectations. It all felt like too much, too soon. As soon as he started building up some form in the UEFA Conference League, with 3 goals and 3 assists, the devastating news hit. It couldn't have come at a possibly worse time. In May 2025, reports surfaced that Mudryk had failed a drug test, the banned substance, trimetazidine, normally used to treat heart conditions, but also known to enhance endurance. At first there was silence, then the FA confirmed it. Mudryk has officially been charged with a doping violation. Mudryk's entourage are looking to appeal the decision, but if found guilty, he could be suspended from football for up to 4 years. His team claimed the substance entered his system through a contaminated supplement. But under WADA rules, intent doesn't matter. If it's in your body, you're responsible. As a result, Mudryk had to be banned from training with the Chelsea squad. He hasn't trained since December 2024. Inside the club there was a feeling of disbelief. How could this have happened? Was this the final straw? The media didn't hold back. He's finished. Another expensive mistake. His reputation took a massive hit, and fans who had once called him the next Hazard now barely spoke his name. Mudryk is now in limbo. His case is still under review. But the reality is clear. If the charge is upheld, we may not see him on a football pitch again for years. And by then, he'll be pushing 27, out of rhythm, out of form, possibly forgotten. The dream move, the giant fee, the Bernabeu standing ovation. It all feels like a distant memory. So, where is Mykhailo Mudryk? He's no longer the future of Chelsea. He's not the next Hazard. And right now, he's a cautionary tale. A story of hype, money, pressure, and how quickly things can fall apart. It's not too late for him to come back. But the clock is ticking. Let's hope this isn't the end of a career that once promised so much. Let me know who you want me to cover next. Another fallen wonder kid, a bizarre transfer story, or a club that's completely disappeared from memory. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.